Hello everyone, Miss Hanley here, and we're going to talk today about graphing if you're given the standard form of a linear equation. We know how to graph in slope-intercept form, we know how to graph in point-slope form, but with standard form, sometimes it's not as obvious, and there's two different ways that you can go about this. One we learned a long time ago, and the second we want to learn right now. So remember, standard form is your AX plus by is equal to c. And there's two ways to graph. One is to convert it into slope-intercept form. Which is your mx plus b. The second is with x and y intercepts. So let's begin with changing into slope-intercept form. So your first step, as we talked about before, is to find your first step is if you're given an equation to move the AX term to the right. So if we have 5x, negative 5x plus 3y equals 4, we're going to add 5x to both sides, leaving us with 3y equals 5x plus 4. Your second step is to divide by b. In this case, b is 3. So divide everything through by a positive 3. Then you want to simplify if possible. Well, we would have y is equal to 5/3 x, that can't be reduced, and 4/3 is 1 1/3, if that is helpful to look at it that way. Now, when you graph, you use your slope-intercept skills. So you begin with your b, and you move with your m. So we would begin at 1 1/3. So 1 and a little bit above that. And then you're going to use your rise over run. Up 5 to the right 3. So from here we can go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and to the right 1, 2, 3. Or we could go down 5 and to the left 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back 1, 2, 3. And we have our line. I would say that's probably the simpler way to graph, but it does require a little bit of work, and if you mess up a sign, you're going to mess up your entire line. Remember, you can also find your negative a over b, that is a slope, and c over b is your y-intercept. Next, let's look at finding x and y-intercepts. Okay, so one way is to find the x-intercept is to find your, instead of c over b, it's your c over a. Oh my goodness. This thing has a mind of its own. Okay. There we go. To find our x-intercept, it is c divided by a, or we talk about it as replacing our y value with 0 and then divide. And we've also said you can cover up the y term and divide. So if we have, let's say we have the same equation, negative 5x plus 3y is equal to 4. We can replace y with 0, which would make it 3 times 0, which is always going to cancel out. So instead, we would get a y-intercept, or we would get an equation, negative 5x plus nothing is equal to 4. So we can cover up that y portion, and then if you divide by your a term, you get 4 over negative 5, which is our c over a. So that's our our x-intercept. Same idea with your y-intercept. We have negative 5x plus 3y is equal to 4. We want to cover up our x and divide. Your y-intercept, of course, is also c over b. So if the x term is gone because we replaced it with 0, we end up with 3y is equal to 4. And by dividing, we get an answer of 4/3. So let's go down and graph those 2 points and see if we have the same line as we do on the left. Well, 4 1/3, that's 1 1/3, just as we did before. And negative 4/5 is my x-intercept, and that's almost 1. So almost back to negative 1. Using those 2 points, we can connect our line. Looks like the same line as we had on the left. So either way you decide to graph, you will get the same answer.